I keep hearing people talk about 100 men versus a gorilla, and who would win? I don't know. I mean, I feel like it would be a gorilla most of the time, but that's just my opinion. Analyzing the question being asked, the men won't have any weapons, and the gorilla will just be some 300 to 500 pound beefy gorilla. And it's not like we're going to try to figure this out in real life. We're not going to just throw 100 random dudes in an arena and release a random gorilla to fight each other to the death. I guess in the name of science. Maybe. But I thought instead of committing an atrocity, why not just turn to video games for the answer? We could play it out there. So I decided, hey, let's try Tabs, totally accurate battle simulator. But Tabs didn't have a gorilla. It just had the mythical deity known as the Monkey King, which didn't seem fair or right. So I did some research, typed in games with gorillas, and was directed to itch.io. I don't look on there often, but I really ought to. They have some fun stuff. Like, I found this fun little pixel game called Angry Gorilla, where you jump around and beat up dudes that are trying to destroy the jungle. Honestly, really quick and fun. But I realized that these guys have knives and guns. As far as I'm concerned, in this fight, no weapons. So I searched a little more and found gorillas versus robots. Well, first off, robots, not men. And, second, oh, he's got a stick, so no weapons. Although the gorilla has a stick too. So, fair fight, I guess? Okay. A little more searching, and I found Ape of Control. In this game, we escape to zoo and kind of just run around beating up zookeepers one by one. That didn't feel right. We needed 100 men, not so spread out. And these guys had nets, which I'm counting as weapons. But the title Ape of Control got me thinking, I should try searching for apes. Gorillas are apes, so maybe I'd find a gorilla with that search prompt. So I left itch.io, decided to jump back to Steam, and searched for apes, and found Ape Out. Another amazing game, and this time about a gorilla escaping a research facility. Kind of gory for having such a minimalistic art style, but also extremely fun with its jazz music and top-down gameplay. I beat up a lot of people in this, but they got me over and over again with their guns. And this guy got me out once with a bomb. Okay, so not this one either. I really needed a battle simulator. Something like Tabs, but ooh, what's this? Arbs. Okay, mutant dinos and robots aside, I think I can work with this. Ooh, that looks like a gorilla to me. And Mongolian deathworms, maybe? Okay, so all I have to do is set a scene, find a human without weapons. We're going to use this beefy boy, Bold Billy, since he doesn't have any weapons and is just going to use his fists for fighting. And for the gorilla, we're going to look at, mutant primates. This is all they have. Okay, the projectile gorilla throws explosive poop, so no, but berserker gorilla and knockout artist gorilla seem close. Let's test it. Nope, he's dead, and nope, he's dead. In fact, I tried all of them, and the only one that could beat 100 Bold Billies was Goro the Giant. So basically King Kong. Well, I guess that's it. We got our answer. It's 100 humans every time, except for against King Kong. Go humans! Woo! Too bad Tabs didn't work. I really would have loved to have tried, I forgot about custom content. Alright, so I snagged a few different gorillas from right here. They pretty much won every time except for once, and that's when so many men died, their corpses covered the gorilla, trapping it so it couldn't move, and one guy was left dancing around on top of the mound of bodies while the gorilla growled in frustration. So technically a draw according to Tabs, since the fight couldn't continue, but this got me thinking. If zombie movies and games have taught me anything, it's that hordes are terrifying. Numbers do count, and they can overwhelm. I decided to do some actual research, and according to virunga.org/wildlife/primates/mountains-gorillas/silverback-gorilla/ oh, that's it, Gorillas can lift over 1,763 pounds of dead weight. I kept seeing stuff saying they can lift over 4,000 pounds, but it was always AI prompts saying that, so I'm taking that with a grain of salt. But even still, according to Medical News Today, men in the United States of America weigh on average 199.8 pounds. So if 100 men each weighed around 200 pounds, that would be 20,000 pounds on top of that poor gorilla, just pinning it down. Again, though, the men don't have weapons. And the gorilla could just go Chewbacca mode and start ripping off limbs, or at least start dislocating arms. Although I couldn't find any record of gorillas actually ripping off limbs, most articles just suggested it was possible. I also couldn't find any instances of human death that resulted from a gorilla attack. I'm not saying it hasn't happened, just most everything suggested that gorillas are typically calm, gentle creatures that will defend themselves if they feel threatened. So the people that have died most likely entered a gorilla's territory. Most people would defend their homes and family, so I get that. Wow, this was just meant to be a joke video, but now I'm genuinely curious who would win. Unfortunately, as with a lot of hypotheticals like this, the question is just very vague. It doesn't give win conditions like is it till the death or do all 100 men still have to be standing to consider it a win? Where is this taking place? Do the men get weapons? Are the men and gorilla in peak physical fitness? All factors, all important, but also kind of not. This question is just meant to be fun and get people talking. And it got me to play all these fun games about gorillas, so honestly, I had a good time with it. No regrets looking into this question. I had a great time with it. What do you guys think? Who would actually win? I'm genuinely curious now. Well, thank you guys for joining us on ToggleVids. Hope you had some fun. Hope you learned something. Hope you found a fun game that you might want to try now. And you know what? We'll see you guys next time. Bye.